I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Monday. Virginia is still in Louisiana. She'll be back with us tomorrow here on the show.
They didn't drive, right? They flew?
I think she flew. Yeah, I think that's what went down because she was there pretty quick. So I saw some video where her and Rocco ran into a Saints player. I think that might have been in Biloxi, yeah.
That's
she had that going on, yeah. It's good. Her sister was doing one of those mega marathons, running like 30 miles, something like that. It's crazy.
Sister.
Yeah, talking about her body giving out. But apparently she rebounded and went out for cocktails that night.
It's insane.
Unbelievable. Yeah, those sisters. Pretty crazy. So anyway, so Virginia will be back tomorrow. See, I'm not even sure what time she gets in. She loves getting in super late and then coming right to work.
Oh, Kev, you won't believe it, Kev. I'm so tired.
So tired. Just ready to get to sleep. Drank a lot of cocktails last night. Still drunk, I think.
Got a lot of people talking about Taylor Swift from over the weekend. The 3 Eras shows apparently were all fantastic. Heard nothing but good stuff. Saw a lot of clips on social media. And in fact, somebody had even posted that you can pretty much just watch the stream. Curtis said, yeah, 4 hours or, yeah, did you see that on YouTube on Friday night? The entire show. Didn't have to pay $1,000. Over 10,000 viewers were watching this one live stream, and apparently it was up the entire time. Maybe it's still in the archives. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, because most people have that shit taken down.
You know, the crazy thing, my wife has kind of got into the Swift stuff, and I came home one day and she was watching the Eras tour right on YouTube. Somebody had posted it up, so I don't know. Maybe she doesn't go through and doesn't do that.
I think Billy Joel's pretty cool about that stuff too. I wonder if it's up to the artist. If they get upset about it, their camp reaches out. But if they say, yeah, let the fans keep it up.
Let it happen, yeah. Maybe that's it. It's kind of cool if she does. But, yeah, I don't know definitely. But well, I was surprised. As my wife was watching, she's like, this is what's happening right now. I'm like, no way. And it looked nice. It was almost like it was professionally done. The stream that was coming out of the stadium. So maybe that's what she does so that her concert is available to all fans. Kimberly said over the weekend, my husband and I stopped in at a cafe for breakfast, and the table next to us was talking about Taylor Swift and seeing her or planning to go to all these out-of-the-country tours. I never heard of anybody talking about her concerts other than you guys on the radio, and then the chick next to us is talking about getting a second part-time job to pay for all these upcoming trips. That's die hard. Yeah, I saw it. I saw a bunch of Eras shirts on over the weekend, people that had been to the shows. So it was all over the place. Crazy. And I think arguably Taylor Swift is a pretty nice individual. There was a question on Quora Jennifer had sent. Is Taylor Swift actually a nice person? And somebody said, I know somebody who's a huge Swiftie, and I gotten concert tickets for her and her little sister for what would have been her first concert. She found out 5 months before the concert that her kidneys were failing, and she was sad that neither she or her sister would be able to go. She posted a message about it online, and Taylor commented a sad face and prayer hands. A few weeks later, she got a DM from Taylor's management to check her voicemail, and much to her surprise, she had somehow been moved up on the donor list. When she woke up from surgery the next week, Taylor was smiling in her face, then squeezed her hand gently, untied the side of her hospital gown to reveal her scar, and just when she was getting sad, Taylor lifted her side of the tank top, used a makeup wipe, and revealed her own kidney surgery scar. The girl I know started weeping and whispering, "You gave me new life," over and over. Taylor is such a nice person. Wait, they're saying that Taylor Swift donated a kidney?
I don't think that.
Did you ever hear that story?
Well, first of all, if you donate a kidney, you're not going to be sitting up, smiling, and going, I give you a kidney.
This is what's going around on the internets, apparently. That Taylor Swift is just giving up body parts to her fans that?
It's not real. And yeah, she's so good. She gives away the kidney, and she's sitting outside the bed smiling.
I mean, this is just the lure of Taylor Swift.
I don't think this is real.
I mean, like, after her passing in 2,000 years, she might be a bigger figure than Jesus. I mean, the way things are going.
I mean, if she gave a kidney away and then is sitting there and smiling right after, like, over the bed,
What?
She is a fucking superhuman.
Oh my goodness, this is just where we are in Swiftie lore. Donating body. I've never heard that. I can't imagine that's true, but who knows? If it is, then wow.
When I gave my kidney away, I was not smiling. I wasn't. You're knocked out. You're fucked.
Yeah. I mean, my gosh, I guess if you just need a body part, you just go to Taylor Swift. She's got plenty.
The internet, man. Good gosh.
It's pretty unreal.
It gets me all the time still. Because the fake shit is getting good.
Yeah.
Some of the fake stuff that I watched another fake murder documentary. Now when I watch documentaries, I first thing I do is it created by AI? Is it real?
No, there's a ton of stuff out there every day, and they're supposed to be letting you know, right, when it is AI.
They're not all doing that.
Yeah, so you don't know really what to believe.
No, they're making fake cases up, and you think it's real because they take pretty much 11 stories, mix it into one. They take stock photos and they turn it into a documentary. People get tricked, me being one of them, and these cases don't even exist.
Yeah.
Because all those murder specials, no matter what it is, they do such big numbers on every platform. Mm-hmm. On YouTube, even the fake shit was getting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views.
Yep. Another tour that I guess is going to be big, probably not to the level of the Eras, but Shakira, she had to wipe her tour that she was going to be doing in arenas to revamp it to stadiums because apparently the demand was so great. And now she's announced that she's going to be coming to Hard Rock Stadium on Friday, June 6th with a Las Mujeres Ya No Lloran World Tour. It's going to be going on. There you go. Shakira and the artwork and everything.
Oh, Shakira.
Wow. How about that? Yeah, she's don't be sleeping on Shakira.
I would like to.
Okay. Guess you could, you're right. Yeah, that's some power though. She needs to do a stadium tour that the arena's not big enough. Very impressive. And Denise said, yeah, I'm kind of with Kevin. You were commenting about the performances at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and some of them not awesome.
And I'm not trying to be a hater, but
Right.
they all were off, which makes me think, okay, something was going on in their monitor, or they couldn't hear the music. Something seemed fucked.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out because I started to listen, and I was like, well, all right, well, I thought I was really going to enjoy that, and I'm not enjoying that.
The Jelly Roll one with Ozzy Osbourne's song, the Mom, I'm Coming Home, it really does seem like he couldn't hear himself. Because Jelly Roll can sing.
He can, but it was not sounding very good, especially at the end of his. Now, look, I think singing Ozzy is tough. I don't think Ozzy has ever gotten the respect that he deserves for the power of his voice and what a great singer he is.
He always, to me, sounded like he had natural reverb to his voice.
He did.
It was
Just
cool.
Amazing. And I just don't think this fits into what Jelly Roll does. Here's a bit of that performance.
Every day we've been apart. I don't care about the sunshine, yeah. 'Cause mama, I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
It's a horrible thing if you're on stage and you can't hear yourself, which easily can happen, but it's the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Get your shit together.
Right, if they don't have good sound on that,
I mean, what are you guys doing?
who knows? I haven't heard anything as to why, but he did get on Twitter and kind of went off, and I think it might have been directed towards hateful comments about his performance.
Yeah, but he's got to realize, too, that's what the internet is just like an alley. A dark alley. sometimes you can walk through that alley, everything's gonna be fine. But other times you're gonna get some shit thrown at you.
Yeah, he did. So, yeah, that wasn't well received. Dua Lipa's performance. Some people are like, I don't know. It sounded a little flat to me.
Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something
I mean,
inside me say,
I don't think that one's where Jelly Roll was.
It's not, but
No.
it's flat.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's not a great. The music even sounds weird to me.
Right.
Kind of empty and kind of rushed or too slow. Mm-hmm. It's like they couldn't find a good tempo or something.
Yeah, and I think the clip that we played originally on the regular show was a little bit different than that one, and that sounded like a better part of it to me.
That was a better part than what you played on the show. Absolutely. The one you played on the show is pretty shitty.
Yeah, so she had some moments. So yeah, if you're that wasn't the exact right part, but yeah, there was just it was a little off. And then Lou Gramm from Foreigner, I mean, I know he's older, and they put him up against Kelly Clarkson singing I Want to Know What Love Is, which is a tricky song anyway.
And I'm glad you brought that up because he is older, and if I'm in my fucking 70s or 80s,
Yeah, right.
however old he is, and can do anything remotely close to that, that's good for you, man.
It is.
It's one of the hardest things to do is keep your voice as an instrument.
Right.
It's with time, and you throw a drink or smoke anything, that's gonna fuck you over.
Yeah, no doubt. It does. So, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, there's some interesting performances, I guess you could say, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I got one comment, too, that the drummer for Red Hot Chili Peppers, I guess, was playing drums on pretty much every song. Like, I had no idea that he was such an amazing drummer. I've never really heard him in the discussion as, some of the greatest that have ever been in the world of drumming, but maybe...
Yeah, he's considered a good drummer.
Yeah, Cesar said, Google Chad Smith videos. His drumming skills are unmatched, I believe. So put a little respect on that name. Now, another thing that we were talking about on the show was a call him out you had. You went into a liquor store, and the guy there, and it wasn't the store's policy, it was this guy did this thing where he wanted an ID from both you and your buddy.
Yeah, because
clearly over the age of 21.
Dude, you know what my friends look like. We're all in our mid-40s. Yeah, he just said that he needed the ID from both of us. I thought he was fucking with me. And no, he was serious. They would not sell me the liquor if he didn't produce an ID as well.
Yeah.
And then we found out, we went back on a different day and asked different employees about it. And they go, oh, yeah, that's his own personal rule. We don't ever do that. And I've been going there forever, and I've never had that happen.
Right. That's just his own thing that he does.
But so many people were talking about Bird. It happened to me. I thought they were confused as well.
Tammy said, yeah, well, they got a lot of stings that happen in liquor stores, so you never know when an undercover cop is coming in.
But I still don't get that, though.
Yeah, I don't fully understand that either. Heather said you also have to check with the liquor store because most of them won't let kids under the age of 21 in. So that has to do with, you were talking about, okay, what happens if you go in to buy booze and you got your kid with you? I guess in some of them you can't even bring the kid in there.
Did you know that shit was that strict at liquor stores? Obviously if the kid's not drinking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember ever being in Total Wine with Cannon or the twins when they were younger. So I don't know. Maybe that is a thing. Who knows? So I guess apparently some places are like that they do want 2 IDs.
We don't like it. Then don't go shopping with your buddy then.
Yeah, well, I guess if you're going to step foot in a liquor store, and that's part of your plan. You just have to know, I guess, moving forward to make sure that everybody's got their own ID going on. Now, Ryan from Lake Worth Beach, he said, I just heard that other listeners emailing in about voting no on Amendment 3, and the truth is, who cares where the money is going? They're going to find a new way to scam us one way or another, and besides, the price of drugs have plummeted so much that most of my friends don't even go to the dispensaries. they'll go to their plug and get Molly, Coke, and weed all in one trip.
Wow. Weekend.
Yeah. But the point is, I'm tired of law enforcement using the smell of burnt or unburnt marijuana as probable cause to conduct a warrantless search of someone's vehicle or property. If marijuana was legal all across the board, the cops would need a real reason to go through your shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that's always something you see on these videos that I watch where a police officer will go, smells like there was some weed going on in here. And if you were a cop that just wanted to get that probable cause, you could just say that. Mm-hmm. Which
Yeah.
I'm sure has happened.
Yeah. No, I assume it probably has.
And also, too, there's that one bush. It's not a weed tree or a plant, but it smells a lot like skunky weed. And if you're
Yeah.
driving in a little area and a cop pulls you over and then smells that, I guess they could say, "Oh, smell a weed in there, Kevin."
Yeah. And it does make sense that if they've used that for probable cause up until now.
Unless I don't understand that completely, but I feel like that is what happens sometimes.
Yep. And then the Weed Witch, Jill said, the company I work for, Cresco Labs in Indiantown, is in the process of building another farm in Lakeland for the anticipation of the amendment passing and an influx of product demand. We're not big pharma, and we have strict rules that have to comply with the medical marijuana use registry. The farm I work for has over 200 employees, and this amendment will help the community with more job opportunities and education. The haters will hate. They said, yeah, I always smell like marijuana working with it, so there you go. But please be kind. I'm a good wife, mom, grandma, and apparently a good gardener. So there you go.
And we got another dead one over here. His headphones are done.
Those went down? What happened?
I don't know. I made a quick movement. They do not work now.
Okay. How many is that so far this year? Have we lost count?
I gotta check my numbers with Denny's. We have a little tally written somewhere.
Okay. Double digits, you think?
We're close.
Okay.
I know we're close.
Going through about a pair a month?
Yes.
Probably that's about the average. And Richard said, how about Elon Musk offering to pay people $1 million to vote Republican? Yeah.
So is that, what do you mean? He said regular people?
He's got some kind of thing going on now where he talked about giving away $1 million each day until Election Day. So he talked about it at the rally in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which was hosted by an American PAC, a political action group. And he said that, it sounds like he would
Is that
be
legal?
giving money to registered voters in Pennsylvania, and they're looking at having this investigated about being illegal. Yeah, so they could take a look at it. So, yeah, it's, we're in unprecedented times, man. Just when you think this election can't get any screwier.
I don't see how that could be legal, but then again, I don't know shit about that stuff.
Yeah.
But it does seem not right?
Well, I mean, because, there are people, that's just, people would do that. Yeah, it's crazy. It really is. Yeah, so I imagine they'll probably shut that down. But, yeah, on Sunday, he handed a second $1 million check to a woman at an event in Pittsburgh. So he's promising to give $1 million away each day to someone who signs his online petition, which reads, "The First and Second Amendments guarantee freedom of speech and the right to bear arms. By signing below, I am pledging my support for the First and Second Amendments." That sounds like that's the loophole, saying I'm not supporting a candidate. I'm simply supporting the First and Second Amendment. Now, what is this petition for? To be eligible for the $1 million petition, signers must be registered voter and live in one of the 7 swing states that right now could determine the election. It also offers $100 to each registered Pennsylvania voter who signs and $100 for referring a registered Pennsylvania voter to sign. Yeah, so they're going to look into the legality of that. But yeah, everybody's throwing out all the stops for this election. So today's the first day where you can do early voting in person, if that would be your thing. It would be nice if just as soon as you do, you would stop getting text messages.
From all these people that I don't know who the fuck
From
they are.
everyone in every little thing. Yeah, they are sending out, I'm getting bombarded from local elections that are going on, to the amendments that are going on, to the presidential. It's absolutely crazy what is happening. I mean, they are throwing out all the stops. Cynthia has got an issue here, like Denny's does with SunPass. She said, I was wondering if Denny's found a way to pay his SunPass bill.
No, he was ranting about it earlier today, how they're screwing him over.
She says, I've been having an impossible time trying to pay this bill. They don't answer the website. It's horrible, and the fees keep building.
That's exactly what is happening to him. He cannot pay him. They told him that he has to mail in a check now because it's not allowing him to pay, and he doesn't have checks, so now he has to go to the bank and get a checkbook.
Cynthia says they don't answer the website. It's horrible, and the fees keep building. I cannot create a new account because there's an existing one that does not work. It's so frustrating.
Going through the exact same thing that I went through.
Unbelievable.
So I'm going to stop at the bank today and grab checks. Eventually I got a hold of somebody and they told me, they're like, just send a check in. And I'm like, oh, just send a check in. All right, let me just go grab a check real quick. I've been trying to fill it out on your website.
Yeah.
So it keeps screwing me because I tried it on my cell phone. I tried it on my personal computer, my work computer, my wife's computer, my wife's cell phone. I cannot get the website to accept a payment on any device whatsoever. And I don't have any checks. So the last time that I would use the toll thing that I had to pay off, I had to go to the bank and they give you 3 checks.
How much? What if you use one of my checks and then?
Well, so I think the checks are tied to your account through like routing numbers and such. So I have to go, whatever. But when everything's 21st century here, can't we just pay on the internet like we? It's just the last 2 have really gotten me to where my fees have gone over $100 to where I'm paying extra $60 on a ticket.
This feels very similar to what the FTC just passed. It goes into effect in 6 months, where it's the loopholes where these businesses have. Who's to say that state or federal government wouldn't do that as well, where they create a system where you can't easily cancel or rectify an outstanding fee that keeps increasing because of your frustration.
Yeah. The good people of the chat room are also saying, what about a money order?
Yeah, so I could do all that, but it's just so annoying because I get up on a Saturday, the baby's still asleep, and I just pay my bills at the top of every month.
Yeah.
And so I got this letter, and I got all frustrated. Jen heard me from the other room just cursing, and she came out. She's like, don't worry, I'll pay for it, right? At the end of the day, I was like, oh, did you pay that thing? She goes, I couldn't get through the thing. She goes, it lets you get all the way to where you hit confirm. And as you hit confirm, it freezes, and then it starts all the way over again. And it doesn't charge you or anything.
Dude,
it puts a little hold on your account, and then it disappears.
The same thing, I tried to lower my cable bill, and I got the same exact thing. Hit accept. I changed it. It said that my bill was lower now. I'm like, all right, perfect. Boom, hit accept. Does nothing. Takes you out of the website.
Yep.
And then they go, call. So then you call. What do you think they say?
Well,
go to the website.
Well, yeah, and a lot of them aren't open on Saturdays or Sundays. So then you go, all right, I'll do it on Monday. Then we get our work week, and I forget about it.
Yeah.
Then we get back to Saturday. I'm like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to pay this. I try paying it again, and it doesn't work. So anyway, I just got to go get a check. I've actually been not paying it in, defiance out of just annoyance.
When stuff like that happens, I really do get a bout of tech rage. When it doesn't make any sense, you're doing all that forms, filling them all out. You hit accept, and then it doesn't do shit.
Well, a lot of people take the Turnpike every day. I never take the Turnpike, so I only get one of these bills every now and then. And every time I've done it, the last 2 have been this painful. To where I just keep forgetting about it, and then I get another penalty in the mail, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I have to pay this.
I'm over here thinking people still worked at the toll booth.
Yeah.
I haven't been on the Turnpike in a minute.
Yeah, no, they just bill you, which is fine, but if their website worked. But, yeah, I don't know what to tell her. The last I heard was I have to write a check. But I'm waiting until my next penalty comes through so I know the exact amount. Because last time I paid, I didn't realize there was still a penalty in transit. So I owed an extra $6. So I had to write a $6 check.
Look, I've never seen you this upset.
Oh, it's been ruining my life.
Well, when you can't figure it out on the technology end, that means that the system's flawed. Because that's how I always
You're
feel.
all of our go-to guys. So if it's got you,
I'll sacrifice my day to figure it out.
Because there will be times where you'll go, I don't know, dog. I've never seen this problem before. It's usually something I've created, some kind of issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying, though. I've had it with a couple different things.
Yeah, you've been really getting screwed over by customer service.
Customer service is just really plummeted.
Oh,
It
it's-
has.
I would say it's the number one thing kids being a little bit ruder sometimes, and then customer service.
Well, so I go whenever a new game drops on a Tuesday, and it's one that I'm waiting for. I go buy a physical copy of it so I can own it. That way, if the company decides they don't want to make it anymore, I still have a copy of it.
He's a
right?
gamer.
I'm a gamer, so and the ones that I like, I want to have a copy of. I went to Walmart, right, to buy a freaking game on the day it was supposed to come out, and they were running late for whatever reason. Now, I will say it was the week of the hurricane, so I know things were kind of busy, but their inventory said that the game was on the site, but they were behind, so they hadn't unpacked all the boxes. And he goes, it's probably in that box right there. And I go, okay, cool, I can wait. And he's like, well, I'm not getting to this now. He goes, I'm getting to this later. He's like, I got a bunch of stuff to do.
So you have shitty customer service at Walmart? I can't believe it.
But the guy goes, it's probably in that box, points to a box, and then tells me he's too busy to open that box and to come by tonight when they finally get to it. And I'm like,
That's
tonight? I'm like,
unbelievable.
it's 1:30 p.m. You want me to come back tonight?
Yeah,
Pointing to the box that it was in.
I wouldn't say Walmart employees love to help you find or look for stuff.
The guy was annoyed. I was trying to insinuate that he opens that box and I could just buy the thing right then and there.
They get annoyed when you buy stuff.
Well, I go, can we just open that box real quick and ring it up? And he goes, nah, I'm not there yet, bro. And I'm just like,
I'm
okay.
not there yet.
So I just left and I went to another store and bought it. But yeah, customer service is like that. I've been getting hit with a lot of those back to back. Restaurants, everything.
People in the chat room going, Denny's rants.
They are pretty,
Ranting Denny's.
they are pretty
I
annoying.
love ranting Denny's.
I love it.
Well, I do find them annoying because I do it in between. Like my day's pretty jam packed with the baby, and if I have the baby, the last thing I want to do is go through Walmart, put him in a cart, put him on my shoulder, bring him back out. You know, it's a
Right.
whole thing. So I try to do it before I stop by my mom's to pick up the baby. I just stop and run errands real quick. Nobody even knows I'm in and out like a blink.
Yeah.
What
But
game?
then I get hit with these things.
What game?
Silent Hill 2 that just dropped.
Oh, he loves that game.
Silent Hill, huh?
It's one of my tops. One of the
What is that
tops.
one about?
So the main character, I won't bore you guys too much with this, but the main character receives a letter from his wife telling him to meet him in their special spot. But the twist is she died of cancer 3 years ago. So how did she write a letter? So he shows up at that spot, and that's where the game starts, is you investigating how you got a letter from your wife 3 years after her death. to
That's
meet-
kind of cool.
It's very cool. Very
It's
good
an interesting
game.
concept. Yeah, okay. So it's not necessarily so much technical finger skills as it is using your mind.
Yeah, a lot of, so the Silent Hill series, a lot of games, they're kind of more mind. You don't really have to
Okay.
be quick or fast or any of that stuff. They're more about, you're basically walking through a story.
I'm not gonna lie. Denny's tells me a lot of the storylines from some of these video games. These storylines are better than the movies they're putting out. These are really creative storylines. It's very cool.
I'd say 1998-ish, America really found out what works in a movie, how to shoot it, what to, how the preview should be cut. They really figured it out. They figured out
Yeah.
the formula, right? And then they stopped taking risks on anything. They found the formula, and then they started just making the heck out of it. And when people got tired of it, they started just redoing stuff that people had already seen.
Okay.
Video games didn't have that type of, observation. So they would come up with the most insane stories ever. There was no one to regulate them. They would just write the most insane things.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of become the trend with video games that you expect them to have an elaborate story, a creative story, something outside the box. So a lot of these games have stories that you'll never see in movies. They can tackle much different angles, things that Hollywood's not going to take a risk on.
Right.
So it's really cool. I personally think video games is the best way to consume media. It attaches you to it. When you're playing as a character for 12 hours, you start becoming attached to that character.
Right.
When things start happening to him, you start feeling
It
the-
sounds like you have a little bit of control over where the story goes too.
Some games you do. Some of them you kind of play out. You're just playing out the
Okay.
course of what the developer set
Right. They've
for
already
you.
set it in stone.
And a lot of times, the ones that are good, there's certain directors that really try to. When you play the game, you're not just playing a game. When you play a game, you think Mario. You're running left to right, jumping, squishing
Right.
things, throwing turtle shells. It's a game. Game is kind of like it's an outdated term for what is happening now. They're almost just digital experiences.
People are blown away by your passion in the chat room.
Yeah, I'm not a gamer, so I don't know what they do, but I like that concept.
He's oh
kinda
my
neat.
gosh, I have something stuck in my ear.
Is it the earbud plastic part? I saw your fear in your
Did you
eye.
get it?
It
Is
is.
it
The
still in
rubber
there?
part
It's
of the
stuck in there.
headbud.
Yeah.
The earbud is stuck in his
We
ear.
need tweezers. We need stat. That was freaking me out.
Oh no.
It's going deeper.
If you were
too.
to take it out and the rubber part stayed in your ear, that's
Oh.
what just happened to him.
It is. It's getting deep in that hole.
Oh no.
How the fuck did that happen? What's going on?
It's stuck in your ear?
Look.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Bird has got, he's got the, look at it. It's right. It's you can see it in there. Now, is it,
I'm afraid it.
yeah, you can't, yeah, you keep trying to dig it out, but you're pushing it in further.
Yeah, we need tweezers.
Oh, we need like a tweezer or something stat here.
Oh, I don't like the way that feels.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
What do you have?
I'm going too deep.
Yeah, you got to stop touching it, Bird. You keep touching it.
We need tweezers.
Bird keeps going for it. Yeah, we do. Where do you get tweezers?
It's my key.
And of course, today Virginia's not here. I don't know. The key?
Denny's.
I'd let Denny's try to work on that. What do you got over there, Denny's? What is that?
A bottle opener.
A bottle opener. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, you got it.
it kept going deeper and deeper.
Yeah, would have
Did not
just
expect that.
Oh, it's so random.
that would have just been something.
Oh my gosh.
Only Bird. Yeah,
Your boy needs to go to bed.
I hear you. Yeah, that's a rough Monday.
That
It wasn't.
happened.
Well, I couldn't sleep at all last night because of my back. So, on top of pain, you're also drowsy and you're trying to keep
man.
it together.
Yeah.
And that's how you end up with a earbud in your ear.
I've never seen that happen.
I've never seen.
I saw the panic in your eyes when it happened. I didn't know what you were doing.
Well, I tried to get it out. It kept going
I
deeper.
saw your eyes open so wide.
Yeah, get it. Kind of what we were talking about today. People that wake up on their way to the organ harvesting, they thought they were dead and they weren't. Clyde sent a story of a Kentucky man declared brain dead who woke up during his organ harvesting. I couldn't even imagine that. Unbelievable. Because I assume you got to keep the blood pumping, right, to harvest the organs because you don't want them to, you want to keep the blood all the way until that last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got into cardiac arrest, was declared brain dead, woke up as surgeons in his home state of Kentucky were in the middle of harvesting his organs for donation.
But if you're brain dead, do you even know what's going down?
Apparently he woke up. They thought he was. And there
gosh.
he was. Yeah, it happened in October 2021.
You get that one wrong.
Have you ever gotten stitches before, either one of you?
Yeah, I have.
No, I never have.
Yeah, I don't think you would have liked that.
No, definitely not.
I lead the league in stitches. I'm so used to it. But yes, your first time getting stitches is a little unnerving.
You probably feel the sutures sliding through your skin.
When my hand went through a window, they started to sew me up, and they gave me stuff to numb it, but they didn't really numb it. So I could feel the stitches going in my arm. And then they come over, they go, "We have to take out your stitches. You need an operation." So now they're taking out my stitches.
Yikes.
It was not cool.
There's that movie. Is it Hayden Christensen or Hayden Christians? Who plays Anakin?
Hayden.
Yeah, he's in surgery and they numb him and stuff and they put him under, but he stays awake and he overhears the doctor and his girlfriend talking about how they're gonna kill him. That's a movie. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
Oh, they're going, he can't live. We got to pull the plug on.
They're having like an affair or something. I forget, and they're gonna kill him, and he can hear everything in the surgery.
Why are they going to kill him?
I forget.
Okay.
It wasn't that great of a movie, but I thought that
Okay.
concept. I go, damn, that's pretty messed up.
Wow, that is messed up. Yeah, I heard one too many stories today about people waking up during organ harvesting. That's insane.
But you always heard that as a kid, where you wake up in a tub.
That story was big.
Your
Yeah.
kidney was gone.
Yeah. And yeah, you're in a tub of ice or something like
Yeah.
that.
No,
Well,
like
if
you
someone-
got 10 hours.
If someone kind of knows what they're doing, you can't survive with one kidney. So you've waken up in a bathtub, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, what's happened? They took my kidney."
I
Yeah,
think
these
it's
are been missed.
always been a problem. They had constant issues with bodies being taken from graves.
So it's a real thing where people really do harvest organs.
Yeah. So it was, I think it was Scotland at the turn of the century, late 1800s. They started doing, they became the mecca for surgery. And so there was a constant fear of cadavers being stolen. It was a big thing in Scotland where they would lock up bodies because they were being stolen so much. And they were selling them to college campuses so that the professors would have cadavers to perform on for their students.
Something tells me, too, some people bought dead bodies for other things.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
there was a famous case. I think it was Robert Knox was the surgeon. He promised a new body for every class he had, and he was paying people to steal them from graves. So
Wow.
a lot of times, one of your initiated classes, if you were brought into the group and you're taken seriously by the professor, one of the first assignments he would give you was to go steal a body.
It's crazy.
So that'd be your first assignment as a student.
Right.
And was he?
He got caught in a lot of trouble, and
Well, that's the story of Frankenstein, too, right? From Mary Shelley.
yeah, Mary Shelley.
They do a little grave robbing in that.
I mean, a ton of grave robbing, build a whole corpse out of it. That was a big fear for a long time. They used to sell cages that would go over caskets,
They're
so you couldn't steal the bodies from them.
Wow.
a lot of times too. Serial killers, they go back to lay with their bodies. It's pretty weird.
That's rough. The
I wa-
necrophilia.
Yeah, I watched that Anna Kendrick scary movie, The Dating Game.
Yeah, what is that? Is that new on Netflix?
Yes, I think it's trending #1. It's about this guy
Yeah.
who was a serial killer, and in the middle of his serial killing, he gets a shot on the dating game and wins the fucking contest to go out with the girl, Anna Kendrick's character. But I really wanted to like this movie. It's a little clunky.
Oh, yeah?
And the facts are all over the place. They took a lot of liberty with facts.
Now, it's a real story?
So it's
Yes.
based on a real story, but then they took liberties with it.
Yeah, it's Anna Kendrick's director debut, and I think it looks good. I think the shots are nice. The story is just clunky, and then the murderer that they got doesn't remind me at all like the guy, like the real murderer.
They got on the show.
Yeah, they could have done better. I think the guy played a creepy guy,
Yeah.
but it wasn't him.
Because you got to keep in mind, you're going to have people that are going to come to this movie that know the story.
I
and
know the
they,
story,
They
yeah.
would like it to be slightly seamless.
Well, I want it to be real. I don't like when they take liberties. When we're talking about real cases
Yeah.
and serial killer, they really should have made the story of the girl who got him turned in.
Well, they do it a lot. It's kind of like the the Menendez brothers story that they did, because they've got the mockumentary of it. And yeah, I'm not sure, because I've seen the actor that plays one of the Menendez brothers. I'm like, he doesn't look a lot like either one of the Menendez brothers.
That happens a lot too. Yeah, no, you're right. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm still working on the documentary.
But there was some uneasy parts in the Anna Kendrick movie, but it was just kind of a shitty storyline. Didn't really make any sense. They try to take this whole dating game scenario and make it into a movie, an hour and a half movie. It was weird.
It just didn't work, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So skip it, I guess.
The journalists love it. Audience, 70% with the audience, 90% from the critics.
Wow.
I know.
That's interesting.
So
I
would
wonder
you
what
say
they love about it.
clunkiness from the directing or clunkiness from the storytelling?
Both, I think.
All right.
I do think it was, but I thought there was some shitty acting at times.
GWB said, I know the story too, and they did change a lot.
Yeah, to
So
a
why
point-
would you do that?
To a point where you go, this ain't how it goes. Come on.
Just make it not based on the story then.
Yeah,
Just
and
make it
said too,
similar.
there's a lot of like jumping around with flashbacks and things like that. It makes it that gets really hard to follow
It
sometimes.
does.
Because they're supposed to be forward or back in time, and they've got the actor clearly at the same age that they are now, and they try to do something with their look to make them look younger or older, and sometimes I can't tell, are they supposed to be younger or older? What the heck's going on?
So the original serial killer, the dating game guy, he was slender. He had more of a better. He kind of had a handsome look. Now you know his story now, so he comes off creepy. But back in the day, they said he would lure his victims because he was a little bit better looking. He kind of had some charm.
Yeah.
And he was also a genius. So once again, evil, genius meets together, and you got some shit that's fucked up. And
Right.
he had some. The way his MO was creepy.
Damn.
Yeah, they had that too. It's kind of funny because now you're getting this with the mockumentaries. The Aaron Hernandez story that they have. He's the guy that was the football player for the Florida Gators and then the New England Patriots. That I think one of his victims that he killed was in Riviera Beach. I think they were in a car and he apparently was out there and whatever. And it's kind of funny because within the sports world part of it, they have the whole movie, and he's doing some football things, and people are just laughing and trolling because they're like going, that guy is so unathletic. You can tell. Like, nobody who is a professional athlete runs like that. The guy runs all weird, and they're like, this is like so terrible. When they get to the sports part of it, he's doing the actual sports. The guy, you can tell, is not athletic, doesn't know anything about football, and like, it's just anybody who knows this and is watching it because they love football is watching right now. Be like, this is terrible.
Yeah, I can't watch 90+% of baseball movies because they're so executed shittily.
Or if you watch people in movies play instruments and they're just going like this.
Oh well, they'll in certain movies they'll change the rules of baseball. You go, there's not 5 outs in a fucking inning. What are you doing here?
Why would they do that?
Because lazy.
Yeah.
Didn't research it.
Yeah, and like McFly said, oh, come on, suspend disbelief. It sometimes I can, other times I can't. And then you ever have that where it's just stuck in your brain like a thorn, and you can't even enjoy it anymore. You're just like, you know what, I can't get over it. Sorry.
I disagree with that as well because you're right. Sometimes you go, why the shit are they doing this? And I get it. No, I see what they're saying. Suspend the disbelief, but also don't make your movie shitty.
Yeah, don't make it so ridiculous.
Yeah, you do need to get it right on some of those things.
Get it right.
Absolutely. All right, well, thank you for the emails. You can always get them through to us, mail@kvjshow.com. Virginia back tomorrow for a regular old Tuesday. She comes back just in time for Do It Bitch. I know she's going to be very excited.
She hates that bit.
Oh, my gosh, she hates it more than life itself. So, all right, going to have a fun Tuesday for her and all y'all. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.